There is one feeling, that you are after. There is one feeling that if you can consistently live and bring into your life, it will dramatically shift everything in your life forward. Your business, your health, your relationships, everything. If you get this one feeling, what is it? It's your who. It's your one word. It's your most important core value. I talk about this in my book, Your One Word. I talk about this in Built to Serve. There is one core value that you have that if you consistently live, that changes the entire direction of your life. And what's so great about it is you don't have to remember 18 different things. It's one. So for me, it's belief. My most important core value is belief. I want to believe more myself. I want to believe in people more. I want to spread more belief to the world. And when I make the best decisions, it's through the lens of belief. If I'm not happy in my life right now, it's because I don't believe enough. I don't have enough belief in myself, in my relationships, in the work that I'm doing. I'm not happy because I don't have enough belief. I've done this exercise thousands and thousands of times with people. And one, it's always something positive. Everybody's who is always something positive. It's always aspirational. It's always towards a better life. It's believe, or it's inspiration, or it's hope, or it's love, or it's family, or it's care, or it's extraordinary, or it's belong. It's always something positive. And why it's so important to figure out is because it speaks to the core of who you are. But there's no one perfect word for everybody. This is the challenge of self-awareness, to figure out what the most important feeling is for you that you're after. Nina's who was care, Alex's who was belong, Mark's who was extraordinary. You know, if you look at Alex with belong, that's his who, that's his most important core value. If he's ever not happy, it's because he doesn't feel like he belongs. He doesn't feel like he's spread enough belong, doesn't feel like he belongs with himself, doesn't feel like he belongs in the room that he's in with other people, in the setting, in the environment, doesn't feel like he belongs as an entrepreneur. If he's not happy, it's because he feels like he doesn't belong. So his solution is always going to be more belonging. How do I get more belonging? If I get more belonging and I spread more belonging, I'll be happier. That's the feeling I'm after. And so how is that practical? Well, when you're going to, Alex teaches salsa dancing. So if he's going to go teach a class and he's stressed or he's nervous or he has anxiety, what does he need to remember so he can deliver, so he can achieve at a high level? I want people in my class to feel like they belong. That's all he has to remember. I want people who show up here, my students, my customers, to have come to my class and leave feeling like they belong in this world a little bit more. And if he remembers to do that, he'll show up as his best self. That won't work for me, because belong isn't my thing. I want people to believe in themselves more. So that's what I think when I'm going into an event. I'm here to serve, and I want people to believe in themselves and their capabilities more. When I'm making this video, I'm gonna show up as my best self. When I'm thinking about, I want you, hello, hi, I want you to believe in yourself more, because I know that if you believe in yourself more today, you're gonna show up differently today. You're gonna do something different today. You're gonna be a different person today. You're gonna be more proud of yourself today. And that's my aim every time I'm making content. So you have to figure out what your who is. And I walk through the process in depth in both Your One Word and Built to Serve, but let's give a sneak peek here right now. Let's make it practical, because I want you leaving this video with something tangible that you can apply to your life and start making a difference. So how do we figure out our who? To figure out your who, you got to think about what are all the things in your life that have made you come alive. And some of the questions that I love to ask are around past experiences. So think about your parents. What did you love about how your parents raised you? There might be lots of negative things. Maybe you hate your parents, or maybe you love them tremendously. But what do you love about how they raised you? What's one thing that you loved about how they raised you? Next, think about what your favorite movie of all time is. What was your favorite movie of all time? What is it? And then why, right? Why? Why do you like that movie so much? It's probably not because of the crazy action or animation. There's something in the story that you really like. Think about your favorite movie, right? Next, your favorite book of all time. What's your favorite book of all the books that you've read? Maybe you've read 1 million books, maybe you've read 4. What's your favorite book of all time? Or if you don't like to read, what's your favorite video of all time? Look at the videos you've watched on my channel. What was your favorite video of all time? Why? Who do you resonate with? Who are the people that you love? You know, Eric Thomas will yell his way through everything, and Oprah Winfrey will hug you through everything. And it's the same message that they both have. They just have different ways of expressing it. So who do you resonate with and why? What's your favorite book or what's your favorite video? Why? What is it about these things that make you inspired, happy, feel loved? What is it? What's the common element? That's what we're looking for. One of the most powerful ones is, who is your favorite teacher of all time? And this is one that I ask everybody. Anytime I'm going through this exercise with people, I ask them, who is your favorite teacher of all time? Because you've had lots of teachers. Most of the teachers you've had from grade school, from kindergarten to grade school to high school to university, post-secondary, most of the teachers you couldn't remember. Most of the teachers you've had, you may not even recognize them if they walk down the street. Think about that. You just spent how many months with this person, and if they passed you on the street, you wouldn't recognize them. Most of them, you wouldn't know who their names are anymore. But there's usually 1 to 3 teachers that stood out. But one in particular. Who's that person? How did they impact your life? Why are they so special to you? It's not because they taught you grade 10 French or grade 7 math, right? They made you feel different about yourself. They made you feel more courageous, more bold, like things were possible. They gave you hope, but what was it specifically about that person? So if I go through my history, answering some of those questions, my parents, what I love about them the most is that they taught me that I'm Evan Castrilli Carmichael and I can do anything that I believe that I can.
Please enter your code.
We're getting a car wash. Nina's getting us set up. I look at my favorite movie of all time, it's Seabiscuit. Why? Seabiscuit. Seabiscuit's about this horse that's too small and a jockey that's too big and an owner that has no money, and they're in the middle of a Great Depression, and they somehow all find each other and start winning all these races against the big horse that is supposed to win. It's big, it's got all the money, it got the jockey, the pedigree, all of it, and somehow they win. Somehow Seabiscuit wins. And I've seen that movie so many times, and it's a pretty cheesy movie. I don't know, I don't know that it won any awards, maybe it did. I don't know that it has the best acting or has the best cinematography or has the best storyline, but there's just something about it that I love. Why? It's belief. It's that this little horse and this big jockey and his broke owner could all find each other and win, My favorite entrepreneur of all time is A.P. Giannini. He's one of the 5 pictures behind me on my wall in my office, in my studio, because he was the believe banker. He bet on people when nobody else would. He gave money to people based off of a handshake and a look in their eye. He judged the man's character by the number of calluses on his hand. He was the first guy to try to lend money to immigrants on a mass scale in America, because banks wouldn't lend money to immigrants. They didn't think they would ever pay it back. He gave Walt Disney the money to start Snow White, his first feature film, when at the time cartoons were these short 2-3 minute videos at the start of a movie. People wouldn't want to watch a full-length cartoon. Are you crazy? And Walt Disney went to A.P. Giannini, and that was the guy who gave him the money to do Snow White. I love all the stories. I love A.P. Giannini. It's weird to have a banker, I think, as your favorite entrepreneur, but he was the believe banker. He was the guy who bet on the little guy. He believed in them when nobody else would, and I love that. And then my favorite question about the teacher, my favorite teacher of all time, her name was Madame Farr, and she was my French teacher, but she was also my, I forget what they called it. We were assigned in our last year of high school, we were assigned a kind of a mentor, personal time with a teacher at the school. And every teacher had a certain number of students that they met with. And most people didn't really meet with their mentor. Most people didn't really spend that much time, but Madame Farr, she spent every week, we had time together. Every week, one of the mornings before school started, we'd always meet and just talk about life, talk about where I was at, talk about how I was doing in school and how things were going. And it was in that year that my standards started to shift. Up until that point, I was a B and C student. I I wasn't failing. I wasn't a bad student. My sisters always got A's, and I would always get B's and C's. But up until that point, and hopefully the sound is okay. We're going through a car wash. Up until that point, I was a B and C student. I met her every week, and I don't remember really any specific conversation that was so life-changing. But I remember looking forward to our meetings. And I didn't even think it was weird that we were meeting every week when all of my classmates barely, if ever, met their teacher mentors. But I remember how she made me feel. And she made me feel like it was possible. Look at this. Look, look, it's coming. The first round is the soap. She made me feel like it was possible. She made me feel belief. She made me feel hope. She made me feel like I could do it, that I wasn't dumb, you know? I felt behind. I felt like I wasn't smart enough, and she always made me feel like I could do it. And so I look forward to our meetings every week. And in that final year, I went from getting B's and C's in all of my subjects to getting straight A's. I think it was straight A pluses. And it was in that year that straight A pluses, 90 plus. Got 90 plus in every course in that last year. Not because she gave me any specific instructions, she was a French teacher, but because she made me believe in myself more. And that was the year that my standards for myself rose above what people around me wanted for me. So my parents, ooh, look at this, look how colorful that is. Wow, look at that. Woo! My parents, their goal was they wanted me to be an A student. They wanted me to be on the dean's list, which was 80% in all my courses. And I never hit it. You know, I never got there until my last year where I got straight A pluses, straight 90s. I think my worst was 90 in English, but straight 90s across the board. That was the year that my standards for myself rose above what my parents had set for me, what their expectations of me were. From a positive place, like, you can do this. That you can do this. You're Chris Carmichael. I've never made a video in a car wash before. This is great. I hope the audio is coming out okay. And it just showed me how important it was to have the right people in our lives. So as I go through that exercise, and I'm trying to find my who, if I look at Madame Farr, if I look at Seabiscuit, if I look at A.P. Giannini, if I look at my parents, what's the common theme through all that? The common theme is believe. The common theme is believe. Believe in yourself and believe in others. And why that's so important is now I have a plan going forward. This is the revolution behind your one word. When you figure out your one word, your who, it's not just a great lesson looking backwards. It's great to say looking backwards, oh, that's why I love that movie. That's why I love that teacher. That's why I love XYZ, because you're looking backwards. It's not just a retrospective activity. It's actually the plan going forward. It's that in the future, to create a better life, now it doesn't have to be an accident for me. Now I can design a better life with intention, with purpose. What's this? What's this layer, Nina? Just water?
Cooling.
Cooling? Oh, cooling.
Polishing.
Polishing. Ooh, we got the fancy one. Polishing. I can design a better life going forward. I know that if I'm not happy, it's because I need more belief. Again, need more belief in myself and need more belief for the people around me. Need to inject more belief into the world. And so you can do the same thing. Define the feeling that you're after. The feeling that you're after is your who, your most important core value. You want more of that. You need more of that. And when you figure that out, I think it's one of the most important activities that you can ever do in your life, ever. Some people get their who right away. We're going through the dryer now, so let's see how loud it gets. Some people get it right away. Some people have the self-awareness, and right away they figure out their who. It's like, this is who I am. I know it. And some people, it takes them a little bit of time to go through. But if it takes you 2 weeks to figure it out, you do the activities over and over and over and over again. Look, I'm going to show the machine. Where's the machine? It's coming. There it is. There's a dryer. Thank you, dryer. Grateful for you. if it takes you 2 weeks to figure it out, I think that's super valuable. Because your who is with you for the rest of your life. The feeling of belief that I'm trying to create in myself and others doesn't go away. I'll be 150 years old, still wanting to spread more belief and still needing to believe more in myself too. So, yes, you define the feeling that you're after. And the most important feeling that you want to chase forever is your who, is your one word, most important core value.
If you want another Evan rant video that just might give you the confidence you need, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
The number one most important rule, if you want to have success, if you want to reach your goals, if you want to accomplish your dreams, the number one rule is you have to love what you do.